We talk a lot about money, exposure, and deals, but today we're talking about pressure.
Because sometimes the toughest opponent is your own mind.
Welcome back to the AAA Ball and Play podcast, where the law, the money, and the mental game all meet on the field. I'm Lee Walpole Lassiter, attorney, athlete agent, and the woman reminding you that contracts don't cover your peace of mind.
And I'm Michael Aguara, athlete agent, former strength coach, and the guy who's learned that discipline is useless if your mind is exhausted.
Today, it's you versus you.
Let's play ball.
When your brand is built on performance, rest feels like a risk. I mean, NIL isn't just a paycheck, it's a scoreboard that updates every time you post, play, or get tagged.
Yeah, the scoreboard's not just in the stats anymore, it's in your analytics. You're playing 2 games, one on the field and one on your feed.
And the pressure is double-edged. You're supposed to perform like a pro while branding yourself like an influencer. That's not balance, that's burnout bait.
Every mistake feels like a brand risk, and not just a personal one. Drop a pass and you might drop a sponsor, miss a post and you might lose engagement. That's a lot of weight for a 19-year-old trying to stay eligible and human.
Especially when your self-worth starts to sound like your follower count. When you've been the athlete your whole life, people don't ask who you are, they ask what position you play.
NIL didn't change that. It just started paying for it.
Yep. And now you're not just a point guard. You're a personal brand with deliverables. You've got a TikTok quota, a media day smile, and a link in bio discount code.
You make it sound like an unpaid internship at a circus.
Well, I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Half these kids are performing for the algorithm, not the audience.
Facts.
When your identity's tied to likes, it's hard to know if you actually like yourself.
That's pretty deep, Professor Lee. You been reading my therapy notes again?
Oh, please. You don't go to therapy. You spar with your reflection in the gym mirror.
Guilty. But seriously, the mirror moment is real, right? Athletes stare at themselves every day. Weight room, film review, selfies. And somewhere in there, they start mistaking reflection for identity.
Exactly. You train your body to perform on command, and pretty soon you expect your personality to do the same thing. Then an injury hits or a losing streak, and boom, the brand doesn't know who it is anymore.
Or a sponsor wants a happy post right after a loss. Smile for the mental health campaign. That's emotional whiplash.
That's a nightmare. You can't contract authenticity. You can't make grief #friendly.
But they try. Hey, can you come on camera? Can you cry on camera, but make it empowering?
Exactly. And somewhere in there, the athlete stops being a human being and becomes a walking wellness ad.
Which is why all players need to hear this next line. Brand management without soul management is PR with burnout.
Wait, did you just drop a quote? Hold on, I got to write that down. I like that one.
Mike's money line sneaking in here mid-segment. I'll trademark it after the show.
Please don't. Then you'll invoice me for using it.
No, I won't.
But here's the real problem. When the brand is you, rest feels like erasure. If you're not posting, not promoting, you think you're disappearing.
And that fear is expensive. Agents, coaches, even families start treating you like a stock price. Your engagement's down this quarter.
Meanwhile, your anxiety's way up.
Way up. Athletes that panic when they lose 400 followers overnight. That's not ego. That's identity withdrawal.
And it's compounded when the system rewards constant exposure. The algorithm loves chaos. Mental health hates it.
Which is wild because everyone's preaching authenticity, but no one's ready for an athlete who's actually authentic.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, I'm tired, I'm broke, and my knee sounds like the Rice Krispies.
I'd follow that account in a heartbeat. Realness is refreshing.
And maybe we should start a campaign, Serial Knee Chronicles.
Yeah, we need sponsorship from Snap, Crackle, and Pop Rehab Clinic. so
See?
bad.
We're already negotiating brand deals in real time.
Oh, my goodness. But seriously, this identity stuff runs deep. Some of these kids haven't had a real off season since middle school. When the schedule stops, so does the structure.
And that silence can get loud. You start hearing the questions you've been drowning out with drills.
Who am I if I'm not winning?
Who am I if nobody's tagging me?
Those questions don't fit in a caption, but they define careers.
I'll say this. NIL doesn't create identity issues. It exposes them. The pressure just turns the cracks into headlines.
And the fix isn't more filters, it's the truth. Step away, unplug, let yourself be boring for a minute.
I like boring. Boring is quiet. And quiet is peace.
That's the sexiest thing you've said on this show.
I think you need higher standards.
I have them. That's why we're co-hosts, not competitors.
Look, end of the day, NIL can amplify who you already are, or it can erase it. The trick is deciding which version gets the mic.
And keeping the mic pointed at the you who'll still exist when the contract ends.
You versus you, baby. And one of you better be getting 8 hours of sleep.
Amen. Burnout doesn't announce itself with fireworks. It just sneaks up wearing your team hoodie whispering, you can rest later.
Yeah, and later never shows up. You start thinking coffee is a food group.
Or that Red Bull counts as hydration.
Technically, it is a liquid.
Yeah, so is gasoline. I wouldn't drink that either.
But this is the thing. Athletes are wired to say yes. Yes to workouts, yes to appearances, yes to one more rep, one more repost. You keep stacking yes until your body files for bankruptcy.
And then everyone around you says, what happened? Like it wasn't obvious. Burnout isn't mysterious, it's math. Too many withdrawals, not enough deposits.
That's the NIL grind. You're not just training, you're performing availability. You can't even limp without posting a motivational caption.
So the next time you skip leg day,
I don't skip leg day.
You just strategically deload?
Exactly. See? That's branding.
That's denial with better lighting. I'm not funny.
But it's real.
Go ahead.
But it's real. You start measuring worth and output, not well-being. I know of an athlete, and this person hadn't taken a full day off in about 2 years because she was scared her followers would think that she'd quit.
And that's heartbreaking. Rest used to mean recovery. Now it looks like risk. When your brand depends on constant motion, stillness feels like failure.
Which is insane because the human body literally gets stronger while resting. That's when the muscle rebuilds.
Yep, same for your brain, but we treat therapy like weakness and naps like luxury.
Speak for yourself. I nap like it's a sport.
You snore like it's a sport.
I call that performance breathing.
All right. Seriously, though, burnout doesn't just kill performance, it kills joy. The game stops being fun, the camera feels heavy, and suddenly the thing you loved feels like labor.
And then you start chasing fake energy, caffeine, validation, constant noise, anything to drown out the exhaustion.
Meanwhile, your relationships are running on empty. You stop calling family back. You stop eating real food. You stop doing anything that isn't monetized.
It's wild how many athletes can't remember their hobbies. Ask them what they do for fun, and they panic.
Look, recovery can't be your hobby. That's triage.
True. Burnout's sneaky because it looks productive. You're still moving, still posting, still grinding. That is, until you crash.
And the crash doesn't just hurt your body. It tanks your brand. You can't shoot content from an ice bath in tears.
Well, you could, but please don't.
Yeah, the algorithm doesn't need that trauma footage.
Here's the truth. Burnout happens when your boundaries get blurry. You start confusing access with worth.
Say that again.
Access is an affection. Just because everyone wants a piece of you doesn't mean that they deserve it.
That's a sermon.
I'll take the amen.
So let's make this practical. Write this down, athletes. Recovery is part of your brand. It's part of your brand plan. So schedule your rest like a meeting.
And protect it like a paycheck.
Because it is. Every great season starts with a great off season.
So if you're feeling tired or fried, step back before you burn out. The people who matter will still be there when you log back in.
And the ones who aren't, I think we had an episode about this, right? The ones who aren't, they're following the highlight reel, not you.
And that's fine. Less noise when you finally get quiet.
Look at you all zen and quotable.
Don't ruin it.
I would never. After all the talk about burnout, here's the part people skip, the repair.
Protect your peace, take breaks, and talk to someone.
Pray if that's your thing. Therapy too. You can have both Jesus and a journal. Trust me. Just remember that community matters. Every athlete needs a circle that doesn't collapse when the scoreboard dips.
Yes. You need people who check in when the lights are off and not just when your highlights are trending.
And that means boundaries. You can't be everyone's inspiration and still keep your sanity. Say no without guilt, miss a post, skip a party. Rest is not rebellion, it's strategy.
Think of it like training load management for your life. You don't max out every day, not your muscles, and most certainly not your mind.
Which is wild because athletes will trust a coach with their body, but they won't trust themselves with a day off.
Seriously, taking care of you is not soft. It's strength. It's knowing when to pull back so you can push forward again.
And it's contagious. When younger athletes see someone rest publicly, it gives them permission to breathe too.
So here's the assignment. Tonight, do one thing that's for you and not for your followers. Eat slow, call your grandmother, take a walk without filming it.
Or, listen to this episode again and take notes.
Shameless plug, but I respect it.
Well, yes, but seriously though, at the end of the day, NIL money fades, stats fade, followers fade, but your mind, that's the franchise. You need to protect it.
Because if you lose yourself, no deal can buy you back.
Yep.
And here's another Mike's Money line for you. Mental wealth is part of your NIL value. Protect it like your brand depends on it, because it does.
Along the lines of what we were just talking about and what Michael just said, the downloadable for this week is actually one of my favorites that we've done. And I actually think it's one of the more important ones we've done. This is it. This is the sheet. And it's actually a worksheet for you to fill out. It has pressure points, mindset shifts, retraining your focus, a recovery playbook, couple of quotes on there, and then on the back it's your personal huddle worksheet. Take a minute to reflect. This is for you alone. 3 things you can control today. There's a bunch of questions on here, and then there's also some resources on the bottom. So make sure that you visit the website, the links down below, and get this week's free downloadable. That's it for this week's AAA Ball and Play podcast, You versus You, Mental Health in the NIL. If nobody's told you lately, although we just did through this whole episode, it's okay to rest, recover, and reset.
And while you're resetting, tap that follow button, hit subscribe, and leave us a review. 5 stars only.
Wherever you're listening, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, make sure you click that little bell so you never miss a drop.
And don't forget to follow Ball and Play Sports Agency on IG, Threads, TikTok, and Facebook for clips, reels, and a few behind-the-scenes moments that probably shouldn't be online.
Yeah, especially the ones where I forget I'm still mic'd. So anyway, before you go, we have 2 big things cooking in the Ball and Play kitchen. That's such a bad pun. Anyway, first, the brand new Chalk Talk Book Club episode is live right now. It's the Athletes NIL Playbook by Christy Dosh, and super important that you read the book. And if you're not going to read the book, that you listen to the Chalk Talk Book Club, giving you all the important points about it.
Yeah, Christy literally wrote the playbook on how athletes can win off the field. Lee will break it down chapter by chapter, what to do, what to avoid, and how to turn NIL chaos into a career strategy.
And that's dropping just before this episode. So after you finish here, hop on over to the Chalk Talk Book Club playlist, grab your notebook, and join the conversation.
And starting Monday, we're launching Women's Professional Baseball League Fast Break Week.
Daily post, insider commentary, and updates leading up to the WPBL draft in November. If you want to know who's rising, who's ready, and how this league is reshaping the game, you don't want to miss it.
Plus, Lee's been on a mission.
I have been. A righteous one. Women's baseball deserves the spotlight, and we're bringing it.
So tune in all week. New fast breaks every morning, plus extra clips on socials.
Thank you for hanging out with us, laughing with us, humoring my horrible jokes, and thinking with us. This show exists for athletes who play hard, hustle smart, and still find time to take care of themselves.
Because of Ball and Play, the motto stays the same. Protect your bag, protect your brand, and protect your peace.
I'm Lee Walpole Lassiter.
I'm Michael Aguara.
And this is the AAA Ball and Play podcast. See you next time.
Follow, subscribe, and join the movement at ballandplaysportsagency.com.
You're listening to the AAA Ball and Play podcast. Quick note, this is for education and entertainment. Nothing here is legal, tax, or financial advice, and nothing we say creates an athlete-agent relationship. Listening or contacting us does not make us your lawyers or your agents. For advice, talk to a qualified professional in your state.